Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Well, today I have a little poem, and I know it's Mother's Day, but it's not actually sculpted or created directly having to deal with Mother's Day. But I got a story to tell, and this is my poetic disclaimer. Poetry motivates me. I tell stories and allegory and use metaphors to form paragraphs with parables and spit riddles like Christ spit life in mud pies to open up your eyes, to give you a new view on life. I teach neophytes how to write. I touch on hot topics that burn in the black urban metropolis and the atrocities that happen in the inner city, where seemingly there seems to be no capacity for compassion or passion for humanity. Whether conscious or subconsciously, I make a conscious effort to write effectively about the ills of society that leave us all infected and affected. Ultimately, I got a story to tell. There's too many black males in jail cells for crack sales who can't make bail. So for them, I got a story to tell. This is dedicated to my man, Bankroll Swole. This was my man since we was 8 years old. Back in the day in school, we laughed and told jokes. I pushed pens and wrote poems. It's crazy how life unfolds. We grew up, Swole started pushing dope, and now he's doing life without parole. Behind bars stressing, and his mom's just getting old. So she don't come see him no more. At least that's the excuses she told. But she really got cancer, and she don't want Swole to know. Because behind bars, well, she the only thing Swole really living for. The other day, I got a letter from Swole explaining the whole situation, everything that happened to that night, y'all. Listen to what he wrote. Mr. Black Man, won't you open your eyes? 400 years our people been despised. It's time to unite and let the black fist rise. What's the matter now? I thought you loved black lives. But we kill one another, won't you please stop the lies? Blacks doing time for the black on black crime. What's the matter now? I thought you loved black lives. He said, memories from the scene flashed through my mind like the muzzle from the gun blast of a 9. Blah, blah. It was a crazy night. The nightmare just rewinds. He said, I'll never forget. It was a whole set of Bloods and Crips. I watched as he inserted the clip, squeezed the grip, pulled the trigger, and sprayed the crowd with the hollow tips. People were disappearing like a magic trick. Another senseless crime that made no sense. Investigators asking questions about it like who, what, where, why, how, and when. They got info from a snitch named Gwen, a crackhead chick who turned tricks for some cats up in New Brunswick. She said, I know who did it. I know the killer he runs with. She said it was Jamaican Red, that big head dread, cocoa bread eating killer over on Eastern 1/5. I said, I know what that is. Word. Let's go to his crib. Let's get him, his mama, his wife, and his kids. Revenge for what he did. See, life's like a cold, coarse whore with no remorse. Cold black eyes like a soul was lost. And that's just how it is in this crack game where things never change. Same thing, just a different day, because all day bullets ricochet and stray in project hallways. The young and the dumb always want a gunplay. And just the other day, my man Gotti got bodied coming from Canarsie, trying to pass a pack he got from Tony up in Marcy by the same killers who murdered and burned his brother's body. They say he double-crossed 2 mixed chicks, Puerto Rican and Native American Mohegan. They got him while they was trying to cross the Deegan. His man was driving. He was in the passenger seat sleeping. Coffee spilling, bullet holes left him leaking. He's twitching and seizing. The 2 mixed chicks drive off, high-fiving, laughing, and screaming. My man pulled the car over to the side. Paramedics arrive. He's bleeding and barely breathing. Next day, newspapers stated it was drug-related, gang retaliated because he was affiliated. He said, see, on my block, they had corrupt cops and crack rocks. In the suburbs, they got neighborhood watch. But in the hood, we just watch others get shot. Victim's family left to mourn in shock. One trigger shot triggers a reaction. Bullet blast leaves an overcast of sadness and bodies in caskets. Sons dying, mothers crying, left question asking. Speechless. Preachers at funerals giving speeches. Gang retaliation, chain reaction. Crowd scatters. Black lives that matter. Torn and tattered. Baby mama drama leaving baby mamas battered. Faces in mirrors left scarred and shattered. And real killers don't cry, just sides of eyes left teardrop tatted. Mr. Black Man, won't you open your eyes? 400 years our people been despised. It's time to unite and let the black fist rise. What's the matter now? I thought you loved black lives. But you killed one another. Won't you please stop the lies? Blacks doing time for the black on black crime. What's the matter now? I thought you loved black lives. He said, enough about that, G. Yo, let's change the subject. He said, big up to your success. Yeah, I seen you on the big screen doing your poetry. Yeah, son, I seen you doing the thing. But the other day in the day room, I had to bogart these killers in the day room who thought I was weak to watch you on the TV. You know them killers tried to jump me. He said, I left 3 leaking, 2 sleeping, and 1 of them with no teeth. It was 6 of them, but the COs had to come and get me. You know I'm a beast. Same way I was in the streets. Ain't nothing changing. It ain't gonna cease. You know my mentality. I leave niggas deceased. So R.I.P. to all those who want to pose and challenge me. Negro, please. He said, but yeah, G, so they locked me down. I'm writing this letter to you from the Bing. They gave me about 6 months in the holding. That equals to be about 22 weeks. It's crazy because I calculated and learned that from my baby mom's pregnancy. Just been using this time to think, reminiscing when we was kids, making money and macking honeys. And I always knew it'd be me and not you who would do a bid because I was just trying to get it how I live. So I pushed dope and you pushed pins. And that's what kept you out the pen. I knew back then that you was going to win it. It would probably be you who would pin my story in the end because coming from where we came from, I was just trying to get some engine. Maybe my mentality was different and twisted, but I always believed it was better to receive than it is to give. Because as a kid, all I saw was the frozen cold Christmases with no gifts. So I had no cause to believe in Santa Claus. Nobody gets an award for being poor. But the loud gun clap from my guy in crowds, now that's how I got my applause. Kicking in doors, sticking them for their shoes, socks, and drawers. What's mine is mine, and I want all of yours. They knew what it is when I stepped in. Wasn't no second guessing. My Smith & Wesson had them undressing quick, off the rip. Had everything in their pockets disappearing like a magic trick. And I was greedy. Stop playing with me. Give me the lint. Because I remember being poor, sleeping outdoors. My mom, 6 brothers, sisters, and I sleeping on dirty project floors. The whores standing on corners outside of corner stores. The bums murdered in burned down buildings right next door. The bloodstains and brains on walls and halls. The top floors, project corridors. Do you know how many times we had to call the coroner? Sometimes I feel like I don't want to live no more. So I lay on my bunk at night and repent and ask the Lord to forgive me for my sins and wonder, is he really listening? Well, I guess that depends. Because is it really real forgiveness for a real nigga in the end? But all right, G, I'm going to go ahead and cut this short and end it. Get back to these push-ups that's going to build up my strength for these killers who going to try to get revenge after my 6-month sentence and the whole ends. Just do this for me then. Just kiss my baby daughter, hug my son, and tell him his dad was a real G to the end. Oh, yeah, and when I get out the hole in 6 months, tell my mom to come back and visit me then.